Mom! Mom!
What? Don't do that, Aaron. You always take a picture of my stomach.
Gwen! Gwen, look.
Oh, look, there's one.
I think I'll get the ice cream truck. Where is it? I lost it.
I don't know.
But that damn
Yeah, look
tank,
at it.
Chuck gave me that tank. Now they hit it in there and put my bed. It just fits. It's got that cut down on the tank there.
Hey, cat.
Just the right width for the bits.
Hey, smile, cat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Where in the hell did you get the tune from?
No, would you get?
Where'd you get it? I better not. That's why I took the thing. I had one mounted in there that Al Georgia gave me. And I You know, they're empty. You know why they're empty? Yes, you do. You invite all your friends over here to eat. Over here, you eat all your food. They can tell me about it. You want to go home with Aaron? Aaron would like to have you. Think Aaron would like to take you home? Go over and make friends with him. Go over and make friends with him.
Say it again.
Hi.
Say it again.
You are blinking red.
Yeah, you are blinking red. What does that mean? Recording.
Yep, that means I'm recording.
Don't take Miles.
Say that again.
We're leaving. Come on. Come, dear.
The end.
Have a good trip.
Scrounge.
Ground.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Scrounge, somebody's talking to you.
Why? Aaron.
The end. Wait for me! Why does that say the Wild Animal Park?
Wild?
Wild.
Wild. The Wild Animal Park.
From Pennsylvania.
Shows.
The Wild Animal
Oh my god.
Hey, Grandma, I want to take a picture of that.
I'm not sure. I have to look. I'm not sure what
That?
it is.
Come on, little bird. Put your face out here so I can see you. There you are. Look at you. This one's on my head. I need to take a picture. Go ahead. Now, Graham, what kind is it again?
A hammer top.
Hammer top. I think that's pretty. Uh-oh. It's going to go enough. Okay. Okay, call it a hammerhead.
You call it a
It
hammerhead?
gathers nest materials and eats smaller insects and animals by water that.
Look at it pulling on that thing. It really wants that leaf. Okay. Yeah, pretty close. One of them got his head twisted around.
Yeah, one of them's picking his
These are emerald starlings, right?
Yeah.
These big.
I like this little red-breasted guy. You're not looking at him.
No, I'm taking a picture of these guys. You guys. Oh yeah, well the other one turned around so I can't see him.
So you get a view in the back view.
Look at this guy. He's outside the net.
Males on the left-hand side. Let's start with the Africans on the left-hand side. They are the largest land mammals. Females are smaller in size, smaller ears, and they do as well have tusks. You just can't see them. They grow out past the upper lip. They can use it to catch something as large as a log. Well, one good way to help the animal out is you take away that market. Nobody buys the trinkets and jewelry. There's no longer a reason for the animal to be destroyed. You take it along the fence line there. While he's walking along the fence, you can be just 5 or 6 feet away from him. That's a really good way to see him. On the left-hand hillside. These are, of course, zebra. Number 2.
Zebras.
And one button.
Also, these is twice. Each of the animals is another.
Scared him away.
Let him run.
Tibet, their homeland, about 17,000 feet elevation. In the shade there. Grizzly is the first eastern Kiang ever to be born in the Western Hemisphere. He's quite a
Did you get the $2 under the tree?
history of himself.
$2.
We also have one more adult male who's not an exhibit, but again, important in the park has is also the entire population of the salmon in the Western Hemisphere. We are the only ones who exhibit them. So it is quite an opportunity to be able to see these animals here. The Badasinga, or Indian swamp deer.
Closer to the fence over here.
Listen. Oh, wow. Over here. Here, and look again.
Cancel there. On the left, cousins to the eastern Kiang. What it is they can move their ears obviously independently of one another in a 180-degree radius, and it allows them to hear for a predator coming up from the front to the back. To kill the animal, they were considered men. Well, over time, they started using more unfair weapons, which cut into their population quite a bit. And because of this, by 1972, when the Wild Animal Park opened, the animal had become completely extinct in the wild. So at that time, we decided we would do what we could to help out. Our 2 adult male Indian rhinoceros, greater one-horned rhinoceros. Along with the Indian Gower cattle, the largest wild cattle family. About 6 feet tall in shoulder, couple thousand pounds.
Sheep down below you, ma'am.
Not seen in Japan. Dark brown and white spots. A lot of true spotted here is keep spots. Males got antelope and tanlets. Closest to us, most of these are females. They all have a lot larger feathers than the female. Up close to us, pink orange horns. It looks like owl. Russian Saiga mountains, which basically keeps them alive in a very cold climate.
Picture of his nose.
It does look a little bit funny. It does serve its purpose. About 5 feet tall for the stand, having a wingspan of upwards of 8 feet. Notice the largest and on the opposite side, we have the largest of the antelope family, the Eland Patterson. The youngest one there, she's about 2 weeks old. We have a young one in here, only about 2.5 weeks old, about 7 feet. He's not up here. So they overeat for the majority of the day. That means if their tongue is exposed to sunlight for the majority of the day. And if it was pink, it would get sunburned, purple pigmentation makes it so it doesn't get stuck to you with some pigmentation like that can make it. So I'm flying for free food. The fossil water buck, right, out of East Africa. Brown, South African ostrich, right, dusty brown being female. And a couple sable antelope, 3 or 4 sable antelope. Right, we're going to finish up in North Africa, there he is. Just sitting up for us, this is our dromedary camel. Of course the one-humped camel, eating when necessary. It doesn't really practice it, but when... That would have been considered a majority of these animals at one point in history. Beginning of this century, they numbered only about 20 worldwide. But through captive breeding and conservation efforts, we brought their numbers back up to where they stand around 4,500. And the park has also had its part in this. Uzazi, born 2 months ago, is our 76th. Just behind them, these are the European weasels, or European bison. Very close on domesticated water buffalo, all the way across the other side, big black domesticated in Asia, first were used to bird workforce were used in America. As we do so, we see Ivan. Big buffalo, not exactly friendly. Ivan's not exactly real bright sometimes either. You notice, look at Ivan's tail. Most, all giraffes have a black tuft of hair at the end of their tail. Ivan doesn't. The reason this is because he did this kind of stuff with a Herman's Mountain zebra. Ticked him off a little bit too much, so I removed him. He hasn't learned. He doesn't pick on the zebra anymore.
Screaming. So I can... My movie's going to be all full of...
45 animals all in this enclosure. The main defense for an animal like this is what's called cryptic coloration.
You're taking a picture of the
Simple
rocks.
fact that they blend in well over the He lays down now a little bit better look at it. Ones that are ours, the very lesser flamingos on the other shoreline. The white pelicans are the North American white pelicans. The ones that are more... Better see the pelicans are real important.
Well, no, he's not going to do anything. He's just going to stand there while I take his picture. Come on, scratch something. Is he moving yet?
Sounds like a squeak toy.
This is a rubber ducky.
And slow it upward as he may appear on land. In just a moment, you will see how his movements are swift and graceful as he enters the water. Now, beavers are rodents. In fact, they're the largest rodents that we have in North America. And they've fascinated people for centuries. Maybe because, like us, the beaver will deliberately change their surroundings in order to suit their needs. Now, they live in family groups called colonies. They work together together to build their lodge or their dam. The main tool that they use in construction is their incisor teeth, and they can reach lengths of about 3 inches long. It'll only take a beaver about a minute to gnaw through a tree trunk that's just several inches thick. And then a group of beavers are seen working together to tackle the larger, thicker trees. Now, even though I just called Shasta an antelope, she is not a true antelope like those you're going to see out on the monorail today. Shasta does have horns like an antelope, although hers are a little bit too small to see. But hers are a little bit different. They fork or prong at the top, and that's more like the antlers of a deer. But that doesn't make Shasta a true deer either. She's in a class all on her own. What she is, however, is perfectly suited for life out on the open plains. Well, Shasta has very keen senses, especially these large eyes of hers that can alert her to potential danger. And her powerful legs are capable of carrying her away at a particular native wildlife that I am talking about that has earned the reputation among most of us for being quite the little bandit. Great furry creature about so big. Look at her now! This is whisk across her face. Now let me get Betty a little bit closer to all of you
right in front of the
so she can go ahead and show off that mask. As soon as she's done chewing. Go ahead, Betty. Slowly but surely, she's smelling the flowers. Oh, doesn't want to show all you folks. We're going to try this over here this time. All right, Betty. These people out here are a lot nicer looking. Go ahead. Good job, Betty. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and try this one more time. All right, then, you know what you need to do. These people really aren't that bad looking. They're smiling. Go ahead. Go ahead, Betty. Wait for it. She's always a surprise for us every now and then, Betty. Now, when our ancestors came across these animals and watched them in the process of getting a meal in a lake or a stream, they thought they had found an animal that, much like people, had the ability to wash their food before they ate it. Now, the Indians saw the exact same behavior in these little animals, so they went ahead and nicknamed them Au Raccoon. That means he who stretches and scrubs with his hands. Well, interesting enough, that's where we actually get the name raccoon from that old Indian word. That really is not what the raccoon is doing at all. Now, people have since found out that these animals have very soft, sensitive, and very dexterous front paws, which they'll use to locate their prey. In the wild, raccoons do spend a lot of time around the water, and most of the time the water really isn't as clear as this pond right here. It's very muddy and murky. So they really can't rely on their eyesight, but instead they will rely on that sensitive touch of theirs. So by keeping their hands underwater, much like Betty's been doing, they have the ability to tell the difference between a rock and a crayfish just by relying on those front paws and not on their eyesight. So they're really not washing their food like we all once believed. They're simply trying to find it. But there still is a very good reason why we think of these animals as being bandits. They have a mischievous nature about them, and they tend to get into places they really don't belong. Well, Betty is no exception. She's quite an accomplished thief. What I'd like to do is see if I can convince Betty to actually steal something out of my picnic basket right over there. Let's cross our fingers. Go steal, Betty. Looks like she's on her way. She's in there, sort of, kind of. She's in there, look at her! Thank you, Betty! She is an apple. Good, of course. Now, before Betty goes, she'd like to do one more thing for all of you as well. This is for joining us here at the Rare and Wild America show. And, of course, this raccoon can show off those very dexterous front paws of hers one more time. Go ahead, Betty. They're all out there. Don't miss anybody. From the Atlantic to the Pacific coast. But more often than not, raccoons have been found a lot closer to all of you than you may even realize. Her name is Betty! She's all the way over here in the bleachers. Look! There you are! Doing with pockets over there. Well, apparently she really got lost today because I found her underneath the bleachers eating this very old spilled popcorn. Yes. Right. But I have a question for all of you here today. How many of you have ever seen one of these very rare creatures before? Wow, look at all those hands. She really isn't that rare, is she? In fact, this is a very common animal found throughout North America. Now, she won't actually hang from it as monkeys will, but she'll use it like a fifth arm to anchor herself while climbing from limb to limb. Opossums also have a very special adaptation on their back feet that we have on our hands. They have opposable thumbs, which is also very important for grasping onto those branches. Now, it's true, I will admit, that for most of you, when you think of an opossum, what comes to your mind is the animal that got into your garbage in the middle of the night, making an awful mess of your backyard. Possibly you've even caught them eating the food out of your dog and cat's food dish. Well, it's true, they are guilty of all those things, but while the opossum is visiting our neighborhood, they're also eating things like insects, mice, and slugs. Things that I'm sure most of you would consider worse catch. Nose, an excellent sense of smell, to find food that we've hidden throughout the stage. In the wild, Coatimundi spend most of their time foraging. They eat anything from insects, berries, even lizards. They have very long, sharp, curved front claws that will aid them in finding food. But more important, as Ophorial. To take a look at that very long tail, that's another very important adaptation to help balance the coati as they're climbing from limb to limb. To protect their young from predators, the females will den them in very high treetops. And right now, we're going to watch that very agile skill right now. She did it! That was Gia, our Coatimundi. Well, here he comes, Charger, our 5.5-year-old bobcat. What we like to do is give all of you the chance to see a bobcat in action, as he would pursue and possibly even capture some prey. Now, the main prey in the wild for these animals is a variety of small rodents and rabbits. Do you think we could get one of those to volunteer? Just sees that the prey has entered the bobcat forest. He will see that the prey is even getting closer and closer. Look at that. He races off to find a hiding spot. That's a good sign, because Charger is the mighty predator. He wants to make sure that the prey does not see him. Getting closer and closer, Charger will soon venture inside the log. What are you doing, Charger? Charger, you! Show! Over here. Here we go! Picking up on the prey that is moving ever so close into his area. Charger will probably duck down inside that hollowed out log and display the predatory stance. That's what we're looking for, the predatory stance. Okay, here comes some prey. Charger hopefully will use his eagle eyes to capture the prey and see that it is in the general area. But looks like Charger is slightly preoccupied by a few smells that are on the log. And I think he's rubbing in them right now as we speak. Charger, no, charge. Yeah, we're right here. There we go. With a little help from the trainer, he stopped smelling. All right. Here comes the prey now. Getting closer and closer. Charger is inside the log. Really into this, I can tell. What's he doing? Is he smelling some more? You guys have a good view. Why don't you go ahead and just give me the play-by-play? All right, Charge. That's all right. We'll just kind of wait a minute. You guys aren't going anywhere. The subtle and quiet movements of his prey, the bobcat, find a hiding spot. Hopefully it won't be anywhere near the log. Snuggle now. Okay, Charger. I'm letting too much leash go by. Here comes the southern one. Gotta rub on this side of the log now. That's okay, because you never know when a male bobcat might venture in the area, right? Okay, Charger, here comes the prey. Being the mighty predator that he is, he can take time to scent rub. Charger, he is this way. Okay. Scary music. This is getting awfully tense. He is inside the log. I do believe he has entered the predatory stance. This is looking real good. Getting closer and closer, the rhinoceros southern white does not realize what lurks ahead. He meanders through the bobcat forest. Getting closer. Oh, no, he strikes out after. It goes over the log. No good. The bobcat's too quick for it. He twists. He almost grabs it. He goes all over the place, and he... Attention, moves with the bobcat pulls it through. What an amazing animal. Well, folks, we hope that by giving you this opportunity to see some of these animals like this up close, you'll better appreciate the important role that they have played in our lives and in our...
Mira, mira cómo nos quedamos.
Gordo, deja que mire. What's that, baby? Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. He's got the whole big thing. Oh, there he is. Watch Dad tell me what he can do.
Oh, man, he's so much flirt.
Lori's brother Frank.
I was going to say, it looks like my granddad. Aaron.
What?
Not Lauren Tillman. There it goes.
No, let the first go. Jennifer? No.
Good. No, step on it. There you go. Oh, it's not.
The buzzer comes on. This is what she always does. That comes out, lands for a second. The buzzer's not on yet. You won't hear the buzzer. This is the other reason that we come out here on the stage in case the buzzers or something don't work. So what I'm going to do. What's up there? It's plugged in. It's a different one then. We have all kinds of electronic wizardry, and she's looking for the buzzer. Buzz, Kent. Well, that's a buzzer platform, but there's no buzzer on it. And she hears it. Well, I'll tell you, we'll try it again. What do you think, huh? It turns out it's an absolute disaster. That wasn't the birds, because the buzzer on the other side. Barely hear that one. Okay, there it is. I think we need to replace that one, but she eventually did find it. And the last buzzer is located in the rock, which she says no trouble finding. But we'll show you how she can also do it when she's supposed to. You know, she turns back and forth. She tries to locate the sound. And then when she does, she flies right past it. A little wind at her tail. This time she'll be able to do it because she'll come into the wind and head right up into the rock. I'm going to turn that buzzer off and on again. Just thinking about it. This is the problem. Hey! What do you know?
And this is one of our newest birds. His name is Bruce Nadell. He's an African gray hair. Are you new? Yeah. He's going to start off by greeting everybody with a nice hi. So can you say hi, Bruce? Can you say hi, Bruce? Hi, Bruce. Can you just say hello? Hello. Say hello. Hello. Very good. You get some help from Lolita. If you've ever seen the show before, you'll remember her. And if either one of these two birds do anything at all that you feel is worthwhile, don't be afraid to applaud for them because it really does make the birds feel good. And here comes Lolita. She's going to greet everybody with a nice hello.
I like it. Yeah. Say hello.
Hello.
Good.
Hello.
Very good.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
That's great. Okay, now.
Hello. Hello.
Good. Now that she's finished.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
What are you doing?
Hello.
She has lots of friends. She's going to say hi to them all.
Hello. Hello.
They all love her.
Hello.
We don't have time.
Hello.
Maybe just one big one.
Hello.
All right, one more.
Hello.
Here.
And now we're going to introduce them by their name. She can go first.
All right. What's your name?
Okay. And what's your name?
What's your name?
My name is Kent. What's yours?
My name is Bruce Nadell.
Hey, Bruce Nadell. It's only ferret we have with the last name. That's true. We're gonna do some animal imitations they've been working on. His first one is a chicken. Attaboy. Thank you. And he can also do a little pig. Wait. Thank you.
Lolita has a couple of her own. Listen to this. Can you bark? Bark! 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 It's a chihuahua. And she also knows how to do a little cat. One more. Got a girl. Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks.
He has a dog too.
Does he?
Yeah, watch this. Bark! Don't know what kind it is yet. And this is his last animal sound. It's the beautiful song of a sparrow. Very good. Look at that one, perfect.
They really liked it too.
He has one.
They really like that song.
Good. That's why they paid to come here, right? Oh, it's a free show. Never mind. Okay, Bruce has a...
They sound like they're music appreciators. They really liked it a lot.
I bet they are. A nice group of people like this. Okay, as I say, Bruce has a human sound. He's been...
You know, Lolita sings too.
I didn't know she could sing.
Yeah, she's a good singer.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Okay, Bruce has a human sound he's been working on for a couple of weeks.
She doesn't do bird songs like Bruce does. Well, she does because she's a bird, but it's a different kind of bird song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is she ready to do it right now?
Yeah, a moment's notice.
That's really great. Too bad it's not her turn, huh? So, besides, I'm not sure if the audience wants to hear a song.
I bet you they would.
They just want us to quit talking so much.
There it is. Fine song. Go ahead, sing along. The happy tune. There goes the second verse.
Second verse. How many verses are there?
28.
Not today, there ain't. Sorry.
All right, wrap it up. Got a girl.
That was good.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, I liked it.
Good.
You look kind of proud.
Well, I wrote the words. It should be.
That's great.
Why do you think I was pushing so hard to sing it?
To deliver that bad joke? Actually, you know what? I think they liked it. I liked it. We didn't ask Bruce. Do you have an opinion of that song? Really? What'd you think of that? Guess you didn't like it. Oh, well, I started to tell you about the... Oh! Bruce. Bruce, you hurt her feelings. I know. It was Lolita. He didn't mean it. Is she okay now?
I know.
Okay. All right, here we go. It's the amazing sound Bruce has been working on for weeks and weeks. Is a human kiss. It's hard to do without lips, you know. So the joke. Thank you. I needed that. We're gonna let Lolita go back home, but before she leaves, she's gonna say her name again. This time, she's gonna work for it.
Tell me your name.
Politely. We can't hear you. A little more politely. Still can't hear you. Not that loud. That a girl. Once again, that's Lolita and Mr. Greg Surrey. And this guy's really good. Before he goes, he has a couple unusual sounds to show you. One is a flying saucer. He can also do a harmless bomb. And this is the last one. This one's really good. He learned this himself. Do the sound of water. Good. Say goodbye. See you later. Perfect. Once again, Bruce Nadell.
He's a double yellow-headed Amazon, and he's a singer, and he's pretty famous. He's been on shows like Johnny Carson, Late Night with David Letterman. That's incredible. Those Amazing Animals and lots of other shows. Can you start off? Say hi. Hi. Can you say that a little softer? Hi. That's a little better. Now he's a professional singer. Like other singers, he has a delicate voice. Before he sings, he's got a warm-up. Warmed up for you. It's time for his first song. It comes from the musical South Pacific. It's called Valley High. That's it. Pretty short. Is anybody visiting us here from the Bay Area in this huge crowd today? Anybody from the San Francisco area? I'm sure a lot of you. Yeah, quite a few of you. Thanks for coming down. San Francisco, we have a song dedicated to our friends from that area. You guys are going to like it. Tell everybody what you'd say if you saw another bird fly overhead. What you doing up there? Hear another warm up? How about a high note? Very nicely done. Thank you. He's got one more song for you. This is pretty fancy. Listen to how he rolls his R's in the beginning. When it's springtime in the Rockies.
When she does, close your fingers over the top of it, okay? They can talk too. Listen to this. Say, how are you? There you go. Take that money right back up there. Put it into her hand.
That's him over there. He's about 6 years old. Like most vultures, the Egyptian vultures will eat just about anything. Pretty avid carrion eaters. However, in the wild, these birds have developed a very strong fondness for the ostrich egg. Now, the only problem is that the shell in an ostrich egg is normally anywhere from 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch thick, so it is very strong. Most animals would not be able to break into one of these. The Egyptian vulture, however, being a very intelligent bird, is one of the few animals in the wild that have actually learned how to use a tool to get to a food source. Now, what they'll do is they'll find an ostrich egg. Once they've done that, they'll go off, locate a nice big rock. They'll bring the rock back to the egg, start picking it up in their beak, and throwing it at the egg to break it open. It's exactly how it works, just like that. Now, this very unique natural behavior wasn't actually documented to exist until about 1966. So not only is it relatively new to the scientific community, but as far as we know, this is the only place in North America where you can have a chance to see an Egyptian vulture demonstrate this very unique natural behavior. And he's smart enough to know that once the egg is broken, there's no reason to stay out here, so he just walks off the way he came on. He's one of our newest birds. He's a vulture for the cold temperatures at the altitudes where they live. In fact, there's a close look, huh? These birds are sometimes referred to as the European black vulture. They're the largest vulture found in the Old World. And what Old World means is the European, Asian, and African areas. You'll find that Old World vultures like Clarence are quite a bit different from New World vultures. That's the ones you'll find here in the Americas. One of the differences...
He's grown up a lot, and we worked very hard with him with a method that we call the positive reward system. We want to show you exactly how this works very briefly. Max comes out from behind the doors, dashes across the lawn down over here. When he gets here, we offer him a bite of his favorite food, rat-type pellets. Then we pat Max on the back because he likes affection, and we administer a secret emu hand signal, which he responds instantly to this. He turns on a dime, and lickety-split, he zips across the lawn, all the way down there to Roy. He's zipping now. So the moment he gets down there, you'll notice very quickly Roy again will offer him a bite of food, pats him on the back, turns around, and you guessed it, Max will come back down over here. It's very important that you reward the bird immediately following the behavior, because this is what reinforces it. And after working with Max now for 11 years, this is all we've been able to train this bird to do. But we think he does an incredible job of it, and we're very proud of him. What do you think? It's pretty good. Very quickly, we'll be the first ones to admit that this is dangerously close to nothing. However, there's an advantage to having a bird here that's trained to do nothing. We can rely on that. We can ask this bird to do almost anything, and we know he won't do it. Over there, you see? He didn't do that. Didn't even get confused. It's gotten to the point we just reward Max for being alive. He does a great job. He comes from a fascinating family of flightless birds, which are called rat-types. His family also includes cassowaries, kiwis, rheas, ostriches, and the extinct moa. We'll show you why he can't fly. He weighs 90 pounds, little wing under there. How bigger it gets. Good. Very well. Probably though the most fascinating thing about Max is how baffled he is by his environment. You see, every time this bird looks at something, it's as if he's seen it for the very first time. He is actually rediscovering life on a daily basis. That can be very thrilling if you think about it. Sit, good. He never had, you see. Roy and I did. He sees the two of us closely, very closely, it's important. 3 times a day. Maxwell, that's 6 new friends. Very important to listen to everyone very closely. Sit. Okay. What we'd like to do is to show you that these birds can reach tremendous speeds in the wild, 35 to 40 miles an hour, if you give them enough room. So we're starting them all the way over here. We have them run that way. Oh, you can crawl too. And we turn him around right now and send him spinning across the grass, kicking up the turf the entire way. You just look at him go. He's a veritable bird at this point if you squint. He's going to make his way around the interlocking paving stones, as he is. This will be a conscious decision on his part to take the corner wide so he doesn't slip. He's up now. Here he goes. Now, Max will get back to his enclosure, and he'll think we moved. Roy's there to straighten him out on that for sure. The other thing is, we never put that door in the same place. Always moving, that's before the door. He's precious and we love him dearly, and after 11 years, that's Max, and that's all he does. So, later she was confiscated from those people by the Fish and Wildlife Service. Then she was turned over to us to use in our educational program, so that you can take a closer look at a golden eagle and perhaps learn a few facts about it. The golden eagle gets its name from the golden-colored feathers that are located on the nape of their neck. Diana weighs 9 pounds, and she has a wingspan of almost 6 feet. Eagles are very beneficial in the wild, and they're all birds of prey. They eat small rodents, such as rats, squirrels, mice, gophers, and even snakes. And they're not above eating carrion either, so they do help keep the wild cleaned up for us in that respect. It's unfortunate, but researchers have found that of all the birds of prey that are hatched each year, about 70% will not live to be 1 year of age. This is partially due to natural causes, but mostly it's due to man's encroachment. Also the bird's natural habitat, and also due to the mere fact that so many of these beautiful birds are still shot each year by someone who wants to take a closer look at that particular bird, or by someone who just wants something to show you. Eagles often mate for life in the wild, and they can't return to the same nest site year after year, so it's very important that we learn to live with these birds around us. And we sincerely hope that by bringing them before you today, by showing you how magnificent they are and telling you how beneficial they can be, that you'll have a greater understanding and thus have a greater respect for all the birds around you. Once again, her name is Diana, and she is a golden eagle.
They have trimmed them, that's why. I've never seen them like that.
They're giraffes, right? They're all of them.
I never saw them. Okay, when I see the horns on the rhino, right by the horse club, they haven't been trimmed, so they're ones that you never see before. Huge. So, right, but there's two parts.
Really? Don't wiggle the fence. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Whistle at him, Aaron. Don't wiggle the fence. Keep an elephant poop. African elephants. Smile, wave. Do something. Smile, Aaron. Wave, Aaron. Do something exciting. That's what you're doing. Aren't they cute? What are they? Bye. up here so I can see your spoonbills. Don't lose your glasses. Hi.
Run.
Run down the hill. Chicken. Chicken. Buck, 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 buck. Oh, look at her. I'm not going to take her picture.